Hey, so last time I showed you what was in my kitchen. You can check that out here. But this time I thought, let's use this kitchen and this kitchen stuff to make something delicious. No, I'm not a cooking expert. I can't whip up a ratatouille like that super smart rat in that movie Ratatouille. But I do know how to prepare a few basic things. So today, let's make some spaghetti and tomato sauce. What are you gonna need? A stove top, a pot for pasta, a pot for sauce, pasta and sauce, a colander, a sink, a spoon for stirring, and lastly, the inclination to make spaghetti. Let's talk sauce first. You've got your long game and you've got your short game. Do you want to make the sauce from scratch or do you want Paul Newman or Classico to make it for you? Let's talk about the long game first because as the name implies, it's going to take longer. This is my mom's recipe, but what is your pasta sauce recipe? I'm sure they must be different. Let us know in the comment section below. You're gonna need a jar of tomato paste, a jar of tomato puree, any assorted spices you might want like oregano, basil, thyme, optional garlic and olive oil if you feel so inclined. Put the garlic in your pot with a little bit of oil. You're gonna wanna let it cook for about 30 seconds to, as my mom would say, get some of the rawness out, which sounds to me like a WWE fight reference. We're gonna get the rawness out. But you don't want to cook it too long because that will make it bitter. So after about 30 seconds, add in your tomato puree and your tomato paste. Then take your paste can and fill it with the same amount of cold water and add it to your sauce. You're gonna want to mix it around so everything gets incorporated. And then you're gonna want to add the spices of your choosing. I like to add about a teaspoon of basil, pinch of oregano, and a couple tablespoons of sugar. Keep your sauce on a low heat until it comes to a bubble, not like boiling, but just sort of bubbling like lava. Then you're gonna want to keep it on a very low heat with the cover slightly cracked, and you're gonna want to stir it periodically. How long do you leave it for? I think that's probably up to you. My mom cooks it for 30 to 45 minutes, but she said after 20, you could probably be okay. It's just up to your personal preference. Now let's talk short game. Take your jar of pasta sauce, crack the top, pour it in a saucepan, bring it to that bubbly lava place, and there you go, you're good to go. That's life in the 21st century for you. While your sauce is going, let's talk pasta. Take your big pot, fill up the pot with water, set it on the stove, and wait for it to boil. Now there's this whole thing online of like lid versus no lid when you're waiting for water to boil. Personally, I do not keep the lid on. Mike, what do you do?
I keep the lid on. It seems to make it go quicker, but
there you go.
I have no scientific evidence for
No,
that.
I don't either. So you got one here, that's me for no lid. Mike votes lid. Use your judgment.
That's what makes the world go round.
That's true. So while you're waiting for your pasta to boil, you can imagine your wedding to Benedict Cumberbatch. When it's finally boiling, throw your pasta in and set your timer. I typically set mine for 9 minutes, but it's definitely based on the preference of how you like your pasta. Do you like it a little bit softer? Do you like it a little bit al dente? If you lean towards a softer pasta, you're gonna wanna let it sit in the boiling water a little bit longer. Give it a stir while the pasta is sitting in there. Again, I feel like there's a lid versus no lid thing. What I have heard is that if you keep the lid on while the pasta is cooking, you risk the chance of it boiling over. So I typically do not put a lid on at this point, but I do stir periodically. When the timer's gone off for your prescribed amount of time, take a piece of pasta out, see if it's cooked to your liking. If so, you can take your pot holders, pick up the pot, go over to your sink where you've got your colander sitting, and pour out the water and the pasta into your colander. Plate your pasta up pretty soon after you pour it into your colander to avoid clumpiness, and then add your sauce, and you're good to go. And that's all we've got for you today. In the comment section below, do let us know if you have a special tomato sauce recipe. Also, let me know what's the first thing you ever learned to cook. I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, my heart bubbles over, such as a boiling pot of pasta, with the love that I feel for you. Is a catchphrase. I would say, if I had a catchphrase, but I don't have one yet.
First thing I ever learned to cook was, I thought it was pizza. All it was like white bread, cheese, and 3 little pepperonis that I would put in the shape of Mickey Mouse. I thought like,
Aww.
I found my calling. It was really bad. So what about you? What was the first thing you learned to cook?
Probably grilled cheese.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, and I learned to butter both sides of the bread, which I've heard from people is appalling.
Oh, you mean like the inside and outside? What?
Yeah.